brought to you by the heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet. And let's go to Bob Costas.
All right, Vin, thanks very much. Orel Hershiser has been named the most valuable player. We'll have the presentation of the Chevrolet Trophy in just a moment. But first of all, I guess, besides the congratulations, we might say that it's a remarkable thing that when a pitcher gives up 4 hits and strikes out 9, they're talking about him struggling and not having his best stuff.
Well, I did struggle out there. I think at times I got a little pumped up and threw the ball high and away. I threw a lot of changeups and off-speed pitches once we got the big lead, and that kind of threw me out of sync. I was throwing a lot of changeups and off-speed pitches, and then when I went back to the hard stuff and got in trouble, the fastball would ride high and away because it's a different energy level. And I struggled, but only gave up 2 runs, fortunately.
What thoughts were going through your mind? We saw you, your head back between innings, your eyes closed, almost meditating.
Well, I was just sitting there. I was really singing hymns, and I was just kind of relaxing and singing hymns to myself to keep my adrenaline down, because every time I thought about the game and us ahead in the World Series, I got too excited to pitch, and I just wanted to sit back and take some deep breaths, and I just started singing to myself.
Were you surprised Lasorda stuck with you through the tough 8th inning?
Well, I looked in the dugout and kind of gave him a high sign like I'm all right, because I knew one more visit. They couldn't come out and talk to me. And I said, I'm okay. And I just gave him the glove down and said, I'm okay. And he stuck with me. And I got Jose to pop out and then struck out Parker. And I know I had our bench awfully nervous.
Are you conscious of your mom and dad, your wife, people that are close to you in the stands? Do you make eye contact?
I make eye contact with my wife a whole lot during the game, just when I walk in and off the field. And my parents are right next to them, so I knew they were there. But excuse me, I really think I'm just looking for my wife. In Dodger Stadium, it's a lot easier because I hit. And when I come in the on-deck circle, that's when I give my high sign and talk to her kind of even through sign language. But here, when you don't hit, it's kind of tough.
How can you be so composed after a season like this and a playoff and World Series performance like this that really has, I think it's fair to say, etched you a spot eternally in baseball lore? How can you be so composed?
Well, I just feel like the Lord has just blessed me with composure, and he's kept me calm through the whole thing. And I know this isn't a religious show, but I just thank God for everything that's happened this year for our ball club, the way we stuck through, for the injuries that we've come through. And Fred Clare just put an outstanding ball club on the field, and the reason he did that is just because he went in the free agent market. He didn't go talent for talent with trades. He got us some big players, some guys to give us some depth, and you got to give a lot of credit to that man also.
Somebody once said of Sandy Koufax after a moment like this, when they couldn't find him in the clubhouse for a few minutes, they asked, where is he? And a teammate said, he's been called up to a higher league. That has to be the next step for you. You're too good for these guys.
No, I feel like I'm climbing a mountain every time out there, Bob. I mean, it is really hard to pitch in the big leagues. Believe me, it's a war out there. And those Oakland A's, you got to give them a lot of credit. They're an outstanding ball club, but I think they just ran into us when we were pitching very, very hot, and we were getting a lot of key hits. I mean, you can't expect a whole lot of runs out of lineup we put out there, but these guys really had a lot of character and a lot of heart, and we wanted to win.
Orel, congratulations again. We'll ask you to come back in a couple of minutes to accept the trophy.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
We'll take a break and talk with Tommy Lasorda when we return to a wild Dodger clubhouse as the postgame show continues in just a moment.
Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum. Marv Albert in the office of Oakland A's manager Tony La Russa. Tony, how disappointing is this for you?
Very. You know, we feel like we let a lot of people down. We wanted it real bad. I congratulate Tom, his coaches, players, their whole organization. They did what they had to do. They beat us. Very disappointing. But I tell you, Marv, so that I hope everybody hears this, and I hope it gets back to our players. I'm very proud of our players. We got beat. We tried. We took our shot. We had a great year. It just didn't work again.
How do you explain Jose Canseco, 1 for 19, Mark McGwire, 1 for 17? That's the story of the World Series.
I think there's one big explanation. Dodger pitching shut us down. It's been the same story for years, for 100 years in baseball. If you make quality pitches, and I don't care how good a hitter you are, you're not going to make good enough contact. So I credit their pitching, but like I said, we're disappointed, but I'm very proud of what this club accomplished, and sometime later we'll have a very positive feeling.
All right, looking back, are there any moves that you would do differently?
No. I can't. Probably the only thing that I would have done differently was the only game we won. You know, at one time that I didn't bunt Weiss because I thought they were playing bunt defense. I look at it, Stubbs was staying by the bag. We could have bunted, but we ended up winning that game. Other than that, you know, we were trying to push. You saw today we only got 2 guys on base, and we hit a run both times. We were trying to push, but against Hershiser, we never got anybody on.
You feel the A's were pressing?
I think they're towards the end. You know, I mean, early on I thought we were ready, but then when you start piling up at-bats and outs and there's not success, I mean, you start to try to force it, and that's a very tough way to play.
All right, Tony, thanks for coming on. A obviously dejected Oakland A's manager, Tony La Russa. Different atmosphere, as you might expect, in the Dodger clubhouse. Let's get back to Bob Costas.
All right, Marv, a gracious Tony La Russa, one of baseball's best managers. There's every chance he'll be back. But the moment now belongs to Tommy Lasorda. And before we talk with him and with his general manager, Fred Clare, let's turn to Commissioner Peter Ueberroth, who has the presentation of the championship trophy, which belongs to the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, baseball's a world sport, but the Dodgers are in the center of the world tonight. And they've done it, and they've done it by just playing good old fight. And they've fooled a lot of people, but it's a compliment to the organization, to these three gentlemen here. So without further ado, I must say the President of the United States has invited the entire team to the White House. He would like you there on Wednesday, and it's I hope you'll accept his invitation. We'll dispense with the phone call tonight. And I'd like to, if I can, to Peter O'Malley, you deserve this. Fred Clare.
Thank you, Commissioner. Tommy and Fred and I accept this, Commissioner, on behalf of the great team we have in the front office and on the field. We're very happy and we're very thankful. Thank you.
Peter, when the President calls, I guess you'll be there Wednesday.
We're honored to be invited, and we sure will be there. I think all the players will be there.
Fred Clare, so many of the players spontaneously have given credit to you in your first full year as general manager. What a dream come true.
I give the credit to the players, to Tommy, to the staff, to every member of the Dodger organization, because in this room tonight, I feel the presence of all the people there who have helped us, our scouts, our minor league people, everyone who has contributed to the Dodgers, past and present. They're with us tonight. We accept this on their behalf.
All right, Tommy, now to you. You don't need a question. Just make your statement.
Well, I want to say, to reiterate what Peter and Fred said, you know, for 2 years we suffered a great deal. And now the Dodgers are back on top. We are the world champs of baseball. And I'll tell you something, it is a great, great ball club. They never quit believing in themselves. They have to be an influence on everybody in the world, because it shows you what someone can do when he really wants something bad enough. Nobody believed that this team could finish first in the division. Nobody believed that we could beat the Mets. Nobody believed that we can beat the Athletics, who won 104 games. We did it. A great ball club. We want to thank the Oakland organization for the way they treated us here. They were outstanding, and the fans were great here. So we want to say to all of our fans, here is the championship that we always hoped that you would get back, and we're very, very proud of all our fans and everybody in the entire organization.
And speaking of your opponents, Tom, American League President Dr. Bobby Brown here very graciously to extend his congratulations. I know he wants to move in for a handshake.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you very much.
It was a great series. You won your division, you beat the Mets, and you beat the Athletics, and you're the world's champions, and you deserved it. Played great.
Thanks, Bobby. And I want to say to the Oakland baseball team and Tony La Russa, they gave us a good battle. They're great people, and we wish them luck in 1989.
We'll be back to the Dodger clubhouse as the post-game celebration continues right after these messages. Dodger clubhouse, it's time for the presentation of the Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the Series Award, representing Chevrolet, Otto LeBron Jr., sales manager for the Chevrolet Motor Division. And let me dip out of the way as you can take care of Mr. Hershiser.
Oral, congratulations and on a terrific season. We're very happy to present you with the Most Valuable Player Award. Super season. Now, in addition, we've got a passenger car truck that you can give to your favorite charity.
All right. Well, I'd like to accept this award on behalf of my whole team. We got some guys in this team that play with a lot of heart. I think that Mickey Hatcher had an outstanding series. Steve Sachs, the bullpen came through and had a great series. And I received the award, yes, but I received it on behalf of my team. And as far as the car and going to a charity, the van, and I'll take that award. I will take it and I will donate. I was named the Cystic Fibrosis chairman this year of the LA Dodgers 65 Roses Club, and I'd like to donate it to that charity.
Great.
Thank you.
I'll get it for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oral.
Oral Hershiser, congratulations again. And as the celebration continues here, we'll send it back upstairs to the broadcast booth at the Oakland Coliseum. Whoa! I almost made it to the end. Vin and Joe are plenty dry, fellas.
Well, and what most people feel is the year of the improbable. We saw the Dodgers do what the experts thought was impossible. We saw and heard a lot of things in the clubhouse, but I haven't heard anyone mention it yet. But it's simply this: In a year that saw the Dodgers win the World's Championship against a great ball club, the Oakland Athletics, and they did it in 5 games, the Dodgers' leading candidate for the most valuable player, Kirk Gibson, had 1 at bat.
1 at bat, and what a 1 at bat it was. This World Series gave us a lot of excitement. And I tell you, we also saw, I think, just don't want to throw it away, that touch of class of La Russa letting Todd Burns pitch. It's been a great year. It was climaxed by this great World Series, and it's just good to be a part of it.
And indeed, it was to see the ex-Dodgers in A's uniforms, the ex-A's in Dodger uniforms, and finally it was settled as the Dodgers in 5 games defeat the A's 5-2. For Joe Garagiola, this is Vin Scully from the Oakland Coliseum. Good night.
This has been a presentation of NBC Sports.